When will this end? I couldn't stop thinking about the night with my late dad who wanted to revive his lineage. In the heart of Ohong village, nestled in the southeast of Africa, a tragedy struck the humble household of Mr. Andrew, a simple palm wine tapper. His 18-year-old daughter, Jane, was left alone in the world, reeling from the loss of her father. It was a dark and stormy night when the villagers found Mr. Andrew's lifeless body at the foot of a palm tree. The news spread like wildfire, and soon the entire village was in mourning. Jane was devastated, having lost her mother years ago due to illness. As the villagers gathered to pay their respects, whispers began to circulate about the mysterious circumstances surrounding Mr. Andrew's death. Some claimed to have seen him arguing with a rival palm wine tapper, while others spoke of a curse that had been placed upon him. Jane's world was turned upside down as she struggled to come to terms with her loss. Her father's death had left her with more questions than answers. Why had he been out so late that night? What had he been doing at the palm tree? As the days passed, Jane found solace in her father's closest friends and confidants. There was Sister Choice, a devout Christian who had been a source of comfort to Mr. Andrew after his wife's passing. Despite his interest in marrying her, Sister Choice had gently declined, citing her commitment to her faith. Then there were the villagers, Papa Ekin, a wise elder who had known Mr. Andrew since childhood. Mama Nkechi, a kind-hearted trader who had often provided Jane with treats. And Okichukwu, a young apprentice who had been learning the art of palm wine tapping from Mr. Andrew. As Jane navigated her grief, she began to uncover clues that suggested her father's death was no accident. With the help of her friends and the villagers, she embarked on a journey to unravel the truth behind Mr. Andrew's tragic demise. Will Jane find justice for her father, or will the secrets of Ohong village remain forever buried? As the days passed, Jane couldn't shake off the feeling that her father's death was connected to his recent obsession with reviving their family lineage. Mr. Andrew had been desperate for a male heir, believing that it was the only way to secure their family's future. Unbeknownst to Jane, her father had sought the help of a mysterious and powerful spiritualist in the village. The spiritualist had promised Mr. Andrew that he could spiritually impregnate Jane with a male child, without her knowledge or consent. Jane began to experience strange and vivid dreams, which she couldn't explain. She would often wake up feeling uneasy and disturbed, with a lingering sense of discomfort. As the villagers gathered to mourn Mr. Andrew's passing, Sister Choice approached Jane with a mixture of sadness and concern. Jane, my child, I need to tell you something. Your father came to me before he died, and he told me about his plans to to ensure the continuation of your family lineage. Jane's eyes widened in confusion. What do you mean, Sister Choice? But before Sister Choice could reveal more, a loud commotion erupted outside. The villagers were arguing about something, and their voices grew louder and more urgent. What's going on? Jane asked, feeling a sense of trepidation. Sister Choice's expression turned grave. It seems that the spiritualist who your father consulted has appeared in the village. He's claiming that he has fulfilled his promise to your father and that you, Jane, are now carrying the male heir that your father so desperately desired. Jane's eyes widened in horror as the villagers turned to stare at her. She felt like her whole world was crashing down around her. Was it true? Was she really carrying a child, spiritually conceived without her knowledge or consent? And what did this mean for her future and the future of her family's lineage? Watch out for the next episode and don't forget to click the subscribe button.